wasn't trying to be a problem, I asked for permission. I filed a request, I used the right channels, I followed the protocol. I said, there's a civilian corridor in the blast zone. If we reroute our drone pattern, we can give them an extra 6 minutes of warning. 6 minutes, that's all. Enough for a mother to grab her daughter. Enough for someone to get out of the street. Enough to matter. They said it's not in the parameters, so that sector is flagged as grey. Said we're not here to get involved, we're here to fulfill the directive. So I asked again, I said, I can do it off shift out of uniform. No record, no report, just give me the corridor keys so I can send a ping. They said still no, and that was the end of the conversation. They went back to measuring fuel efficiencies, back to calculating the return on bombardments, back to briefing the captain on how much ordnance had been offloaded and how quickly. They always talk about speed, never about direction, so I did it anyway. So I did it anyway. I used my personal access to route a warning burst into the lower corridors. No message, no affiliation, just noise, enough to wake people. I never saw their faces, but the satellite footage showed at least 47 people fleeing the kill zone before impact. 47 off the books, not bad for a mistake, but mistakes have cost. Someone flagged the deviation, someone pulled the logs. I was brought in without cuffs, they didn't need them. Just a quiet room and a line from command. You undermined the chain, you acted without clearance. You jeopardized neutrality. That's what they call saving lives. A risk to balance sheets, an inconvenience to budget lines. They didn't strip my rank, that would've made noise. They reassigned me quietly. Then 2 weeks later they revoked my clearance. By them word had gotten out. Not about what I did, but that I had been disciplined. And in the fleet like I was disciplined. Sticks people stopped speaking to me like I was still one of them. Even the ones who agreed with me, especially them, wouldn't meet my eye. You don't look at someone who reminds you what you're not brave enough to do. So I left, not by choice, I just stopped showing up. One day I slipped out on an unauthorized skiff. Took a long arc around the blockade routes, hit the edge of the deep and just drifted. I'm not a soldier anymore, but I'm not free either. They call me a pirate now, a rogue asset, a threat to regional integrity, because I didn't let 47 people die quietly. I've seen what this war is, not strategy, not liberation, not even fear. It's inventory, it's profit, it's people with clean hands and clean books, counting how many shells they can sell before a ceasefire ruins the forecast. And the worst part, they don't hide it, not really, they just speak in tones that sound like logic. They call murder compliance, they call indifference non-intervention, they call punishment structure. And when someone breaks the rhythm, when someone cares at the wrong time in the wrong way, they don't call you evil, they call you inefficient. Call you inefficient. So I balance time. So I call you inefficient. So I run supply lines now, quiet ones authorized to patch civ hospitals in no contact zones. I slip kids across shattered sectors before the vein comes walking and wearing someone else's uniform. I don't wear colors, I don't claim allegiance, I just help, they'll catch me eventually. I know that, but until they do, I'll keep choosing what they told me not to. I'll keep saving the people who don't exist on the maps. I'll keep being inefficient because I asked for permission and they told me no. So now I give it to myself. So I did it anyway. So I did it anyway.
They call me a pirate, now I wear it like a patch over the heart. They try to cauterize. If this is what it means to disobey, then fine, I'll disobey with purpose. I stole a ship last cycle, not a sleek one, not a warbird, just a battle logistics hauler with more cargo space than questions. Registry was dead, transponder burned out, it had room, and that's all I needed. I started small, a family of 6 in a bombed out water tower. Their sector flagged unreachable, I reached it anyway. They didn't believe me at first, no uniform, no orders, just a voice on a low band, calm, crackling like a ghost. There's room if you want out, I'll fold you in. They came with nothing, a blanket, a jar of powder protein. A child who didn't speak until the door sealed shut and the engines kicked. Then he said, are we going home? I told him, no, but we're going away from here. After that, I didn't stop. You wouldn't believe how many people are waiting to be folded. How many buddies fit in a shuttle when no one cares about comfort? Only escape, no manifest, no intake forms. Just people breathing, shaking, still alive. Like I'm a rumor now. They say there's a ship with no ID that shows up in dead zones and disappears before the drones get a lock. They say it runs cold and silent. They say the pilot was a commander once, now something else. They're right, I don't hide anymore. I don't explain, I don't ask. I find corridors that were never cleared for rescue. I override blockades, I'll patch busted comms with spare parts and scream coordinates in the dead skies until someone hears me. And when they do, I land, I open a hatch and I say, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, chef it. I ferried diplomats who were left behind when the sectors became inconvenient. I've patched up medics who stayed too long. I've pulled kids from school still teaching propaganda while the walls were already falling. Sometimes I find soldiers, ones like I used to be, ones who ask the same questions, who try to help when we're told no, who finally realized they were only useful as long as they didn't feel too much. I bring them too. I don't care what they did, I care what they'll do next. Not everyone survives, I've lost engines, taken fire. Had to seal a bay door while someone bled out on the wrong side. I carry that. But for every loss, I've had 20 lives folded into the dark who now get to wake up somewhere else, somewhere quieter, somewhere still broken, yes, but not dying under someone else's banner. They say I'm a pirate, they don't know what the word means anymore. They think it's about theft, power, disruption. But all I've stolen is time, time they weren't supposed to have, time they would have been denied. And the only thing I disrupt is obedience. I have no crew, no mission statement, just an empty bay, a cracked drive core, and the coordinates of the next place someone gave up waiting for rescue. Let them call me what they want, let the fleets log me as hostile, let the captains quote regulations like they ever meant anything real. Because I'm not coming back, I'm not asking, and I'm done waiting for permission. Any